In this video, you will follow an entire season of growing in my homemade DIY raised garden bins. We will start from seed and end with harvest and putting the bins to bed, and a few bonuses along the way. Who knows, you might find some new varieties you would like to try in your own garden. Loads to do, see, and discuss. So let's get started. Hey guys, it is May 10th. I am out here in the tomato bins and I have my garden plans. And I have got all of my tomatoes laid out. This is already done. And I've got 2 from the egg cartons and these 2. These here are seeds. I'm going to do separate videos on these. Blue Beauty and Artesian Mix. I've got some black crems here. And I have those indigo cherry drops that I have harvested the seeds from myself. And the only thing that you really need to do is cover this with about 1/4 of an inch of soil. When you don't see that paper towel anymore, you're good. And just lightly tap it. And just lightly tap it. And then when we're done, I am gonna come in here and mist this up real nice and good and make sure that it stays nice and wet until germination is over with. Okay guys, so if you're looking from this perspective here, can you see that I have 4 little bowls there? I only do 4 tomato plants per section and I put them down in that bowl, so I'm only watering that bowl. I don't need to water the whole entire thing. And you can see this is what we had in the cardboard egg cartons, and I had so many left over that I potted them in here just to sort of see what space would become available, what would make it, what would survive. And I have a nice big hole here, and I'm gonna plant these as a clump, but I am going to try to plant these as deep as I can. There's a board underneath here. This is not an ideal garden bed here. I'm going to try and bury these maybe till about right here. Since I'm growing them in as a clump, I want them to have the root system as strong as possible. So that is my strategy there. Okay guys, so this is the tomato bins, which you can see from right here. I've had to shove a Kroger bag, those really thick pickup or delivery Kroger bags there, because when my ex-husband added onto this, he did not put a board across these 2 pieces of wood and it's spilling out. I mean, this is wood, so it is going to start to break down. What's going on here you can see right here, this wood is now starting to come apart and grass seeds are starting to get in here. It's becoming, this is the most difficult it has ever been to weed this. Normally I just put like a nice thick layer of grass on here and I don't have to do anything. Now here's the other thing back here. There are Tidy Cat containers under here and there's only so much soil. And you can see where I have this stake in, that's it. I can't go any further because there is a piece of wood down here. So since these are on Tidy Cat's containers, there's no worm production in here at all. I do like that they are raised. That way it's very easy when it's time to prune or to thin out. It's more at knee level than anything. These bins have been really productive for me over the years. And you can see right here the groundhogs are getting this, so I need to come out here and repepper this. But I just cut all of these trees back month ago. They are constantly growing, encroaching. We've got wild grapes throughout the property, so I'm constantly messing with that. You can see I've got breakdown here. We've got mushrooms growing in here, and it's just real. Here you can really see that now. And it's on a concrete pad, and you can see everything's just growing up in here. But you can see on this side, same thing. I had to put, actually there's multiple areas. I had to stuff those in for my soil not to disappear. So that's what all of these tomatoes are dealing with now. Eventually I'll just knock this all out, but I am going to squeak in every little bit of this that I can because we did pay for this. It's already here. Yeah, can you see that? Look how it's just collapsing. And this is the wood that I already got from the sides of this. The other thing that I have out here are some beets covered in tulle because, again, the groundhogs would want these. And I just have this orchestrated, and that's also why I put an enormous amount of grass mulch over here. I really wish, like most people, that they do not have any groundhogs, which groundhogs could easily climb. They're very good climbers. They could just climb up that if they wanted to. And I cleaned up the little walkway, which you can really see how awfully bad that is bowing. Had to shove some more stuff in there to keep it in place. All the tomatoes we're going to do the first trim on, which means I am going to trim the first leaves and a couple sets of the first true leaves. So first leaves and true leaves, because we need the airflow down here. Not right now at the moment, but we need to stop the splashback when this rains, because that can introduce bacteria when it splashes back up onto the plant. We need to push that energy into the leaves above it. So here you can see what I've done, and I'm just gonna do a chop and drop. So I've left this here, potash on, to see if I could stimulate a little bit more growth. And I believe this is the indigo cherry drop, which is one of my favorites. This is supposed to be it too, and look at the huge difference here. And you can see that I just chopped and dropped everything with scissors. Don't try and pull these from your hands, because you're going to end up scarring the stems of these tomatoes, and you don't want to do that. It weakens the plant, it shocks the plant, it introduces bacteria. So get yourself some scissors and cut them as close to the stem as possible without cutting that stem. It is 7 a.m. We had upper 90 degrees yesterday, gonna have that today, but I want you to see how well this volunteer tomato, which I don't know what it is responding to that heat. And we're starting to get some blooms in here. These look small, so I don't believe this is going to be an heirloom, and it could possibly be a number of things since it was a volunteer. But look at how healthy that is. Look at how fabulous our tomatoes are doing. This is a black creme. You can see the blossom on that. It almost looks like mini sunflowers. This is a blue beauty, and we're starting to get some blooms there. So that's awesome. The artesian mix, one of the most beautiful tomatoes. 4th of July, they're hanging in there. They're doing fantastic. Got some blooms on that too. That's about a medium-sized fruit. Next to it is the Capri. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but those are the ones that you get from Kroger. And I wanted to see side by side, since the 4th of July remind me of that, and I can actually get those in the grocery store, how those compare when growing. Here is that mystery volunteer, and it might be a group of items. And look at this. Our beets are doing great. They're a little restricted in this tooling. I'm gonna get in here and look at these in just a second. I do see a little bit of that head coming through. More volunteers. However, I had to stuff a bunch of grass down here because I have a sinkhole on this side now. Here's that mortgage lifter. It seems to be straggling, but look at this. Starting to get some heads here. And I just want to push that back into the cage. And this is that gorgeous Italian squash. Look at those gorgeous leaves. Look at the silver. It looks like silver paint. Have you ever been to Italy where you see all the olive trees and it looks like silver on the back of those leaves? That's what that reminds me of. So very fitting that it all came from Italy. How great though. So happy so far. I don't know what happened to the groundhog. It has not eaten anything in a couple weeks. I kind of feel a little bit worried about it, but I don't think I should because my prayers might have been answered there and not having to deal with them. Check out my Etsy shop, T-Shirt Garden Company, featuring gardening, no-mo-may, sewing, tiny house, Zen meditation designs. Link in box below. This zucchini, you can see one of them right here. Excellent, excellent. Watch this individual zucchini video because I'm not going to get too much into it, but I'm loving it. All right, here we have got our indigo cherry drop tomato. Let me get in here. These are doing fantastic. Look how beautiful they are. These two are black crems. And you can see right here, this is a great example of this, how black crems, they start on the actual leaf. So you need to be very careful about once you see this setting, then go ahead and prune. You can't get too crazy about it because they're not going to act like a normal tomato like this. You can clearly tell that that is a fruit set. Here it comes out on your leaves with black crems. I have a whole black creme video on the channel. It's like 20 some minutes, all about black creme if you want to watch those. Here's our Blue Beauty. Here's our artesian mix. And we've got our 4th of July happening. We've got this little Capri, that's it. You can tell that I chop and drop out here. This is that little mystery combination of everything. You can see I've got cherry, and I've got maybe full, medium. Let's say medium. Well, wait a minute. Looks like a full grown one back here. I transplanted this the other day, this mortgage lifter, because this is really starting to sink, and I keep stuffing grass in there. And we'll end again with this gorgeous, gorgeous zucchini, you guys. This Italian vining zucchini. Super pleased with it. We are doing pretty fantastic. And yep, on this corner, this lovely zucchini has taken over a little bit. But look at how much food I'm getting off of that. These are those Blue Beauties. The artesian mix, and you can see you have 2 different sizes, not sizes, shapes. Fourth of July. These are those Campari. This is the, I've been able to get these little yellow ones off of here. And this is a mixture of everything. And you can see here, this is really starting to go down. I'm getting lots of water from the other side here. And can you see straight through there? That hole got much bigger. And we've already discussed how big this one down here is getting. And I'm getting a little paranoid that a snake might pop out of there. So I have a lot of apprehension back here at times. But, oh, and I've got peppers over here, and I've got a little baby pepper going on with one of these too. So that's fantastic. So we've got lots of food back here in these tomato bins. Even though they don't look pretty and they're on their way out, they're still producing me some great looking food here. You guys, I am really, really enjoying this zucchini experience. Every little thing about it. Here we go. Here's the little pepper. 2 of them right in a row. Everything is getting large. This is becoming more difficult for me to enter this way as the zucchini side shoots are starting to grow and prevent that. And look at this. This is a couple of them all combined here. I hate when they do that. Here's our mortgage lifter, our mystery tomato, few peppers. There's Fifi. Hey guys, August 6th, I am out here in the tomato bins on the other end because those gorgeous zucchinis went down in a big, heavy windstorm. So I'm a little bit ill about that. However, these Campari tomatoes are ripe. So I'm gonna enjoy those with some tacos that I'm making. And look at this here. This thing infused around 2 stems. Look at the hole in that. I mean, the Kroger bags really are saving it at this point. And I've got some things that we can actually pick. There's about 3 different kinds over here. This is Redmond back here. He is quite a squaller, so we will probably hear him because sometimes he thinks when you talk, he should talk back. I'm not sure if I want to cut this one today or give it another day. It is kind of some, hang on, this might be budging. All right, here we go. You see that? That is starting to split the limb right there. That is one deformed looking tomato. It looked like it took the whole cluster because there's one stem here and it just combined them all like cherry drops, which I absolutely love. And you're looking for the bottoms to be pretty red. The tops stay this gorgeous black, almost like a Merlot color. And when you get involved with the indigo series, they are extremely high in antioxidants. Okay, these are going to stay on the vine another day. I want those to be a little bit more cushier. I'm going to take this one here, and this is that Campari tomato, which if you look is almost the same size as this larger cherry variety. And I've got one back here too I'm going to go ahead and take. There he's starting up. I hear him. Okay, these little yellow ones. More over here. good cush to it. There's one over here that's bright red. Here. It's got a nice cush too. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. It might have been a 4th of July. Put this one under here. Yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Okay, I'm gonna clean these up. Look at that cat. See how he's just about that got that screen destroyed? Oh my gosh, you guys. Alright, I'm gonna take these in the house. Let me get this last one in here. No, I'm gonna leave this one more day. I'm afraid the groundhogs might help themselves though. That's always the problem back here. Leave that. That one doesn't want to come off. I think this one's pretty well protected. This one really needs one more day.
Look at that crazy little boy. Hi, baby. What are you upset about now? What? Oh my goodness. Lord, he's pretty.
This is one of my favorite things just to do with a medley of random tomatoes or tomatoes that are starting to have rotten spots in them. So you can cut them up and cut them out. In your bowl, you only need about 1 tablespoon of ranch. They're gonna water up and sweat, and they're gonna make this lovely little juice for you on top of your pizza. All right, so we have tiny black spots. That means fungus. And I know exactly how we got that. That was the hot, extremely humid, suppressive days that we had for about a week. So this makes total and complete sense to me. And I have gotten every single leaf that has that on there, except these few. I want to continue to show you so you can see what it looks like on these plants. I also have this on the sugar baby watermelon up front. I'm checking out these peppers on the other side. Oh, see, here's one right here. I've got peppers. I'll put a couple picks in here. So I'll have to get a few of them off of here, which kind of sucks because this is a black creme and they're attached to the actual leaf. It was not affected at all by that. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's starting to hang down over here now. So I'm gonna have to maneuver that back up. This thing is bouncing back very beautifully. There's another one there. Holes here, holes, because it's sinking here, obviously. I'm surprised this just hasn't sunk. I think this is a little miracle. And you can see this little hole here, so all of the water from that side rushes into this side. Huge hole back there. Surprisingly, this has held, but I mean, it looks horrible back here too. So guys, what would you do? I need to take these tomato bins apart. Maybe I can salvage the wood. Yeah, this doesn't look very salvageable here, does it? Maybe I should just let this concrete pad be where we put chairs at and just have containers here. I could also maybe have more trellising back here. I need to get rid of this grapevine though. And then that way it could trellis and we could sit back here and put some nice gorgeous potted plants next to those trellises. That way I don't really have to build anything. And look at what those tomato bins produced. And I am gonna go ahead and make a gorgeous sandwich out of that. Got some chicken salad with some celery. I love Grey Poupon Dijon mustard, the country Dijon. And I've got a little bit of Havarti. Love the creamy, mild Havarti. Love the Italian fresh made bread. Walmart, Kroger, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna pair it with some kettle chips. And it is gonna be so fantastic. And when I am, oh, and of course, I need my slices of tomato on top. And then when I'm done, I'm going to enjoy these sugar cube cantaloupe that I grew. And look, we've got quite a bit out here. The squash is absolutely insane. Peppers are doing fantastic. On this other side, I've got a lot of peppers. And I've got a lot of peppers up front. Lots of zucchini. There is 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there might be, oh, and 7. Oh my God. This zucchini rocks. Hey guys, it is September 15th. And you can see how crazy that it is back here at the tomato bends. A good kind of crazy. Totally a good kind of crazy. I feel like I'm kind of standing in the middle of a lily pad. Because look at how crazy, like crazy beautiful those zucchinis have gotten for me. And right there, look at how much cracking that's got on it. So I need to come out here with a dish and grab some more of these, clean them up, cut down what's done and what needs to go. And look at my peppers back here, guys. Excellent. How much does this little girl enjoy her catnip out here, huh? Yes, she loves it. I know she does. She loves it. Roots around. I know. Yes. There's a wild catnip everywhere around here. Yeah, I know. She's got the biggest eyes. Look at this pollinator. All right, October 4th, and I am out here cleaning up these tomato bends. And when I've got all the tomatoes down, and I've got the tomatoes that still need to be ripened in the house. And next, I'm gonna have to work on getting all of the peppers out here. You guys, this squash plant has been so superior. Oh my God. I came out here and got 3 of them off. Oh, there's another one I missed yesterday. Cooked all of those up. I got more tender ones. This one needs to be cut. It's not gonna survive. It's too pale. This one right here. Go. Oh my God. They're absolutely sensational. They're just now starting to get a little powdery mildew on them. Pretty soon the bees aren't going to be out here, and these have to be pollinated for them to grow. Look at how horrible this looks. And even the other side is even worse. Of course, I mean, what would you expect after a growing season like this? I cleaned up a lot of this here. Cleaned out a lot of the grapevines that were in the lilacs. You can see it growing up on the telephone wire. But right now, what I'm concentrating on is putting these to bed. So, I had to stuff more Kroger bags in there because that's starting to go in sync. I'm gonna keep all the grass, of course. I left these go. I just cut them. We're gonna go ahead and get the carbon from the stems. and the root systems that are below there. I'm really not worrying about getting all of the weeds out because everything is going to be covered if I can get some great leaf mold here, because look at all of that. I didn't rake that myself. The neighbors across the street went ahead and rake it every year. I go scoop it up because it's really easy. Why not? Even if I decide I'm done with this, and you can see, I mean, look at all of the wood peeling here. Even if I decide I'm done, we need to undo this, I can still scrape all of this good stuff that I make here over the fall and over the winter for nothing. I can still utilize it. So why would I not just let the snow, the moisture, the weather breakdown take care of all of this for me while I am in the house, nice and cozy under a blanket? But for now, this is my plan. Look how pretty this looks though. It looks nice. It's not going to be that much of an eyesore from my window here. And these rebarbs come in very handy. None of this cost me anything. This was left here by an ex. This, a neighbor, not that one, a couple doors down this way, threw this out 3-4 years ago, and I thought, oh my God, no, I need to pick that up. And I've got lots of it. So that is it, you guys. I really need to know, what would you do with this? So weigh in. Hey, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this entire video all the way to the end. And if you actually comment, I'm going to thank you for that as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I invite you again to subscribe, as I have been gardening for over 40 years and have a lot to teach, show, grow, review, experiment with, and my favorite, a specific variety everything deep dive. So let's try new things together, mix it up, and have a glorious day.